Hey everybody, welcome to my Big Tidy Up. My name is DeDe. Thanks for dropping by my channel today. Now today what I've got to get accomplished, I've got to get my home ready to welcome some guests. You know, 'tis the holiday season. I've got some company coming. They'll be spending the night, and I want them to feel welcome from the second they walk into my home. What I'm trying to do is get a vibe going that makes them feel comfortable, kind of like grandma's house and like they're staying in a luxury hotel all at the same time. So I'm going to get that started today. These are just some tips and tricks and things I do to make guests feel welcome. I appreciate you being here today. So without any further ado, let's get this home ready to welcome some guests and let's get tidy. Well, I thought I would start out by showing you guys the areas I need to take care of today. I'm down here in the basement, and the first room I need to take care of is this guest room. We call it the lemon room, well, because it's yellow and has a little bit of lemon decor, but nobody has stayed in here for a long time, so I know it definitely needs dusted. It needs vacuumed, it needs freshened up, and I need to kind of check and make sure that it's stocked with things that my guests might need. And because we are having two sets of guests coming at the same time, I also need to get this chocolate room ready. And you know, it just now occurs to me, honestly, for the first time as I'm speaking it out loud, that both of these rooms are named after food. Why is that? Why have I done that? I may have to think about that for a while, analyze. But this room hasn't been used for a while either, so it needs dusted, freshened up, restocked, vacuumed, and then I can put the goodies in each room once I get them all cleaned. And then I've got to take care of this bathroom. I've got 4 people that are going to be using it, so I need to make sure it's well stocked and cleaned and ready to go. And the thing is, we use this bathroom a lot. So the sinks get cleaned, the mirrors get cleaned, the toilet gets cleaned. But you know, I don't even know the last time someone took a bath in here, so I definitely am going to have to clean the tub. So that's my plan. That's my order of events. I'm going to take care of the bedrooms, then I'm going to stock the bedrooms with goodies, then I'm going to take care of the bathroom, make sure it's ready for guests, and then I'll probably do the floors on my way out so it's good and fresh for everybody. I just wanted to show you guys real quick this little checklist that I made. It's kind of like my cheat sheet for when guests are coming and spending the night. I made it a couple of years ago, and I've actually added a few new things to the bottom, so I probably should update it and reprint it. But it just helps me remember the small things that would make my guests feel comfortable. And you know, especially if they're coming in it's last minute and I'm scurrying around, the list just helps me remember. And then I keep it tucked away, and then I bring it out when guests are on the way. I'm sure some of you are curious, thinking, I wonder if she's going to clean that fake lemon plant. Yes, I am, even though I look ridiculous.
Somehow I'll give you my attention. You've got to know that I ain't a person who understands all the clockwork of our romance. You make me feel so alive, always there in my mind. But I just don't know if I'll dance with the lights on. If you're gonna be moving on solo, wait a second, 'cause they're playing the best song. I'll be there if you reach out to me. Reach out to me. Reach out to me. I'm a rolling stone tonight, never to be settled. Though I know I can't deny your eyes have got this inner battle. I don't know how to act.
Well, I've got the dusting done in each room, but before I go any further, I am going to go and freshen up the blankets that are sitting out. Now, each room does have extra blankets and pillows in the top of the closet, but I always like to keep a blanket sitting out where the guests can see it. I just think maybe it's more welcoming and they're more likely to grab it. So I keep one in the corner in the living room and one in the basket in here. And one thing that I have found that works really well, just a little trick I do, I just take the blankets before a guest arrives, throw them in the dryer with a cling free so they smell nice and fresh. Now I know there's a lot of different ways that you can freshen up linens that you haven't used for a while, but I like just doing it this way. My dryer does have like a little extra setting that says freshen up, but it takes a while to go through that cycle. I just like the quick way, just throw the blankets in, throw a few fabric softeners and run it for just a few minutes and it's done.
Wait a second, 'cause they're playing the best song. I'll be there if you reach out to me. Reach out to me.
Next thing on my list is to make sure that both of these bedrooms are well stocked with things that my guests might need. Now I do put things in the nightstand and I let them know it's okay, look in the nightstand, because I don't want them to think they're not supposed to look in there or it's being snoopy. But I keep paper, pencil, lotion, and I always give them access to the Wi-Fi username and the password. And I need to make another one of these little frames because I only have one, so I need one for the other room. And normally, of course, I blocked out my numbers, but I just keep it hid in the drawer during the year. But when I have guests coming, I set it out on the nightstand. One thing I do like to do is make sure that I leave my guests maybe 1 or 2 drawers in case they want to use them. Now I do use the extra drawers for storage in these rooms, but I figure as long as I'm leaving them at least 1 or 2 drawers, they're probably going to be fine, and a lot of people don't use them at all. I also like to make sure that the closet is ready for them. I want to make sure they've got a couple extra pillows. Some people like more than one. I want to make sure I've left them plenty of blankets because it does get cooler down here. I always want to make sure my guests have plenty of outlets, so I always make sure that I have a little extra power pack to plug in, or they have access to a power strip, because between their phones, if they've brought their laptop, iPad, so many devices, I want to make sure that they can charge everything they need. Now, I always like to leave something scented in the room for my guests, whether it be a diffuser they can run or a candle they can burn. Now, if you do leave a candle, a great idea is to leave a candle that's already been burnt so the guests will know it's okay to use it. And if you place a lighter right nearby the candle, as long as you don't have littles visiting, they'll know it's intended for them to enjoy while they're there. Final check, I just need to make sure this closet has extra pillows and blankets as well. Now, those of you that have been with me, you know this is kind of my decor closet, and y'all don't come after me in the comments. I know it has a little bit of extra stuff in here right now, but I decorated for Christmas, so all that decor that's normally out had to come in here. But I was able to leave my guests enough room to hang up clothes. Well, I'm really on the home stretch with the bedrooms. I just have a few things left to do. I do want to spray the beds and kind of freshen up the linens. I do need to go make their goodie baskets and bring those back in. And you know, they're not that far out, so I'm going to go ahead and light the candles since I'll be downstairs here freshening up the bathroom. And I need to run the vacuum, and I'm about got it done. Now, I did bring some snacks down from upstairs, but nothing too terribly fancy. Just a couple of bottles of water, a couple of cereal bars, a couple of granola bars, a couple of bags of nuts, but I always do like to include a microwave bag of popcorn. Since there is a microwave down here, that way they have access and they can pop up a late night snack if they want to. Well, the bedrooms are done, so it's off to the bathroom. I want to make sure I have enough supplies for myself to freshen up this bathroom and make sure that my guests have enough supplies too. No, I don't expect them to clean, but I do want them to have access to something if they spill something or they need something. That way they don't feel like they have to come and find me and ask me for something. I also need to check these towels, but I have a feeling I'm good to go. Remember, I did that big declutter in the primary bathroom and I got rid of a lot of towels. I donated towels, and then what I didn't donate, I brought down here. So I think my guests are good to go now. Now, this next thing nobody wants to hear about, but it must be said. Please make sure you have a plunger for your guest bathroom. A lot of homes don't have a plunger for every bathroom. You just kind of rotate it around, but make sure that your guests have access to one, because I can't think of anything more traumatic than having to go ask a homeowner, "Do you have a plunger?" Now, when my friends or family come and stay as an overnight guest in my home, I want them to feel comfortable, I want them to feel spoiled, and I don't want them to feel like they need to ask me for anything. And this drawer is one way that I feel like I can do that, because with all these samples, they know they are welcome to all of them. And recently I've added makeup wipes to this drawer because I feel like that's something that sometimes I forget or run out of. I always make sure they have extra towels, a hair dryer, and another thing I've added to the list, a mirror, because not everybody travels with a big mirror.
I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive.
Now, last year I did add a steamer and a sewing kit to the list. Now, usually I keep it at the top of the closet in one of the bedrooms, but since I have 2 sets of guests coming using 2 bedrooms, I'm just going to place them down here. And no, I didn't buy these special. These are just mine, but I bring them downstairs when my guests are coming.
Not to hold me down, feel alive.
Well, just a quick cleanup and a few final touches, and I'm ready for my guests.
Take a trip to Mars, nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Look at these beautiful stars, I wanna drive a faster car. They might just what I do when I'm out. So try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars. I wanna drive.
Now, I said at the beginning, I like my guests to feel like they're at a combination of grandma's house and a high-end hotel. Well, this little toilet paper hack will definitely make them feel like they're at a high-end hotel, and it's so simple. All you do is take your toilet paper, fold it down to a point, turn your faucet on and then off, make sure you turn it off, and then press it underneath there, and it seals your toilet paper, and it looks so cute and so high-end. And last but not least, I always like to leave a nightlight on. Wasn't that like a hotel chain slogan, "We'll leave the light on for you"? Well, there's nothing worse than being out of town in a new bedroom and not being able to navigate your way in the dark.
You were my best friend, didn't care about the rules, good on the weekends. I'll be in fools, drifting to deep space. So brave and so stupid, just like the movies. I was gonna stay in the fight with you, just thinking we would do this until we couldn't do it. Each and every high, every night with you, you and me so clueless. We were just broken, shattered, singing along to nothing matters. Stray around like nighttime rumors. We were in too deep. In your worn-out sweaters, thinking we'll be young forever. Driving in your mom's old hatchback, and we were in too deep. Cause I'm thinking we'll be young, be young, be young. Cause I'm thinking we'll be young forever. Cause I'm thinking we'll be young, be young, be young. Cause I'm thinking we'll be. Where did it begin? Where did it end? Hanging on loose strings, unable to bend. I never listened, trying to prove it, just like the movies. I was gonna stay in the fight with you.
Well, Tidy Uppers, that's it for today. My home is officially ready to welcome guests. But before I sign off, let's just take a minute to be real with each other, because we know I was ready to welcome guests before I put out the water bottles, before I added the granola bars or plugged in an extra nightlight. Why? Because we all know the only thing we all need to welcome guests is just a happy heart and an open door. So I hope you're enjoying your holiday season. Keep your heart happy, your doors open, and until I see you next time, stay tidy.